Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is a dry snuff review. There is some news about the dry snuff reviews. Mr. Snuff has been kind enough to resend the Group 3 package that I have mentioned in previous videos as being not accounted for. The German products that I had been waiting for from my May 3rd order. The time they give orders to get to their location, shipping location, wherever that be in the world, expired. I contacted Mr. Snuff and the shop, not a guy named Mr. Snuff. I contacted the shop via email and they were kind enough to resend it. So that is coming. What you just saw, most of you will probably recognize as an American product. I do not plan at this time to do a lot of these, but I do have a few in reserve here that I was holding just in case things did not work out with the overseas orders. So this isn't part of a group. It's not part of the group 2 that finished. It's not part of group 3, which will be much different from this product. This is an American product from the American Snuff Company, and it's just a standalone in the playlist. All right, I'm not putting it in any group or anything like that. But before I get into this, because I have a feeling there is about to be a whole lot of sneezing, I'd like to say hello and thank you. I have some notifications that I have not been reading out during the short play videos. So, Matthew Polk, Hunter Pino, Jordan Keller, Eric Zobel 1-2, or 12, depending which way you want to look at it, and Buck Stang 88. Gentlemen, hello and thank you for your subscriptions. Somebody that's popped up in my comments section that I noticed and I didn't recognize. Jonathan Timmons. Hello, and if you have subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, if you would consider it, it would be greatly appreciated. Speaking of comments sections, this is fair warning. Didn't think I'd ever have to do this because I hadn't had to do it yet, but evidently I have to do it now. Smaller channels, or any channels, bigger or smaller, channels with the same number of subs, doesn't matter. Do not spam your channel in my comment section. Just don't do it. This is the only warning. Now, the incident that has already happened, those comments, the spamming comments were removed. You have now been warned. If it happens again, I will remove the comments and I will remove you. It really is just that simple. Anyway, so Peach Sweet Snuff from the American Snuff Company. This is a 1.15 net weight ounce can of dry snuff. You got the warning label down bottom, basically goes around. There are 2 of them on the package. You got the barcode back there, basically the branding again right there, and the American Snuff Company information. This is a product of the American Snuff Company of Memphis, Tennessee. Now, on the top, Quality Snuff American. And you will notice there, if I get in the right light, that it says since 1782. The origins of American Snuff Company can be traced back to 1782. And they trace back to a snuff mill, a dry snuff mill, that originally was about maybe a 20-minute to half-hour drive from my present location. Garrett II returned from the Revolutionary War. He had been an officer, I believe, in one of the Delaware state militias. And when he returned to it's a locale right outside of Wilmington, Delaware. He started a snuff mill, and that was W. Garrett Snuff, which is still held through a number of names on these products. Anyway, through a long and complicated story that I'm not going to get into, that beginnings is today American Snuff Company. Now, I somewhat doubt this peach can be traced back that far, but since this is one of their holdings and is a dry snuff, they are putting on there since 1782. And really, on a technical base, they're not false advertising in that. So, it is an all plastic can. American Snuff Company has gone with a silver plastic that is more metallic-ish. It's got a sort of a sheen to it. Whereas the Swisher products have sort of a very light, flat gray. The product is, I will tell you in a second, 42% domestic tobacco and 58% foreign. Tell you the truth, the Swisher products actually have a higher domestic count. That said, I am hoping that this is a far superior product. So I'm going to cut into it. So it's got a lid, and it's got sort of a trench in between the lower can and that lid. Now the lid seems to come down on the sides of this farther than it did on the Swisher product that I had. So there we go. And okay. Well, it's sort of looking the same. I was hoping for a slightly darker color, but it's a very light brown that almost looks like it's powdered white with white. I am not overly detecting peach, as in like the fruit smell so much, but it does have there is something there. It's not really registering with me as peach, but there is something different from the other regular sweet snuffs, American sweet snuffs that I have come across. So what I'm going to do with this is, because this stuff is going to be very, very light and very, very dusty. And I'm looking for my snuff spoon right now, so I apologize. This stuff is really, really fine. And, wow, okay. Technical difficulties. Okay, so yeah. So what I think I'm going to do with this is I'm going to pinch it out of the can, because I'm basically just going to powder my fingers at first, because the stuff is very, very fine, very, very dry, and acts somewhat coarse in the nose. So I don't want to overdo it, because I'm pretty sure no matter how little I do, there's going to be some sneezing involved here. So what I'm going to just do is I'm just going to pinch. You got to be so light on the inhale with this stuff. Wow. I thought that was going to be like right off the bat with that. there was actually a delay there. I think that's enough for now. So, tell you what though, for everything that I find lacking with these American products, nicotine content is there. It's some of the stronger stuff that I've ever inhaled, or at least it seems that way. Mind you, do I think it's worth it with all the sneezing and having to dance around with tiny pinch-it? Maybe not. That's the drawback here. The stuff is very, very dry. Now, I will only be doing this right now nasally. And that is because when I tried the snooze tool with the railroad mills, the aftermath after that video was done was me getting it out of my mouth. And as I sort of suspected, getting it in a plug size like that in the lip, yeah, the snooze tool got it in there, and it's kept it fairly compact and in form into the lip. I goofed it up slightly because I was sort of holding my lip down so you could see. The problem is saliva does not flow through these products. And I know this because when I removed that from my mouth, it was basically a large pebble or stone. The outside had completely, it was like brown marble, okay? And then it broke open, and the inside was as powdery as looking in this can right now, and completely dry. So basically, yeah, the snus tool worked to get it in there, but really you were only getting contact nicotine wherever the product was actually sitting. There was no flow through it. The inside, it wasn't juicing properly, basically. So I'm not going to do that again with these. Now, this was sent to me, and this review is thanks to Bergs from Bergs Dip Reviews. He sent this down to me a little while ago. He says the peach translates more in flavor. As I said, I am not going to be putting the stuff in my mouth, but it does not really translate overly well in the nose. There's something there, and you get the sense that it's sweet, and it could be some sort of fruit, but it's not citrus. And because it's not citrus, it's very mellow and in the background. Although that said, I am not, and this is sort of the reason why I haven't been doing these reviews, because I have 3 of these different types of Americans sitting off to the side of me right now. I don't have the experience with them, okay? Yeah, this doesn't really seem like peach to me in the nose right now, but if I did the other 3 that aren't peach and then came back to this, maybe it would, if you get what I'm saying. So I am not sure how much the 1.15 cans are of the American Snuff Company products. The Railroad Mills and ones from Swisher retail in my area, I think it's 7 and change. Mind you, even if you were putting this stuff in your lip, this size, the smaller size, is going to last you I don't know how long. The only other thing orally I can think of this is to rub on the gum line. And at some point I may do that, but not in this video. So now that the sneezing's calmed down, it's comfortable enough in the nose. I did not take it so far that it hit me in the back of the throat, but this is definitely the grind and moisture level that could happen if you really took it up. You're going to be it's going to hit you in the back of the throat. So it's real light on the uptick, and I would pinch, and then basically what you do is you pinch the stuff, and then as you're sniffing, you expose it on the top of your thumb there by pulling your finger back. Or if you want to go even lighter, you basically just powder the end of your finger and the end of your thumb and go like that. So it's got a definite nicotine kick. It is a sweetened product, and nose-wise, flavor-wise, it is probably the best American snuff that I've had. But I can't quite put a finger on it. I'm going to take it that it's some sort of essence of peach, but, you know, that's only because it's written on the can. So, this has been my first review of an American dry snuff product. And really, it's not... This is nothing compared to what I did. That sneezing was nothing compared to what I did off camera when I did the failed review of the Railroad Mills. That just got plain ugly. Ugly in a hurry. So, you know, this is... If you see it, and if you're not too sure about ordering from a site overseas, or don't have a credit card to do that or whatnot, you may want to toy around and play with the American products first. Usually larger tobacco shops will at least have a few, 2 to 3 of these on hand. So this has been the review of, I'm trying to figure out where this, Peach Sweet Snuff from the American Snuff Company of Memphis, Tennessee. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.